I know the thought of Tiffany Henyard running for office again is quite scary, and seeing her in front of all those campaign signs is even more frightening. But don't worry, you guys, I'm here to calm your fears. Welcome back, you guys. So let's get to this video. I'm gonna start by saying Tiffany Henyard has made an art of grifting and making it appear as though she's someone she's not, in my opinion. So this little campaign display is no exception, because while she's standing in front of multiple signs in a row, those signs are all in the same vicinity of her parents' house. Now, due to certain obvious reasons, I'm not going to disclose exactly where her parents live, but I will say that some people were able to find that information out because of a story that was put out a long time ago about the amount that Tiffany Henyard allegedly spent to have her mom's driveway repaired. So allegedly, Tiffany Henyard spent over $500,000 of taxpayer dollars to have her mom's driveway repaired. And so from what I was able to find on Google, the cost of replacing a driveway on a house can range anywhere between $6,000 to $12,000. And that's a far cry from $500,000. So what happened to the rest of the money? I'm not exactly sure, but that's all I'm going to say about that. And those are all allegations. Okay. So let's get back to this, and we're going to talk about what Tiffany Henyard is doing. She's trying to convince people that she has more supporters than she actually does. And so one of her most recent Facebook posts is about her rerunning for mayor. And this is how it reads. Thank you, residents of Dolton, for your love and continued support. Thank you for the calls, text messages, and emails. We look forward to our next chapter of rebuilding our village. Wouldn't have to rebuild it if you didn't tear it down. I'm just saying. And then it goes on to say, I'm excited for unity. Mayor Tiffany Henyard, punch one to win. Hashtag trust God. Hashtag I stand with Tiff. Hashtag Tiffany Henyard. Hashtag lead with love. Hashtag Black history. Hashtag never give up. Hashtag I was made for this. Hashtag stop it, okay? Stop the insanity. So getting back to these pictures she posted up with her with these signs. When I first saw these signs initially, I was like, oh no, does she actually have supporters out there in Dolton still? But then upon further investigation, I realized some familiar things about the photos that I have seen before in some of Tiffany Henyard's previous Facebook posts and videos. So I compared some images from Google Maps to the photos she took with these signs. And I'm sure you guys will be able to see the similarities in these pictures. Like for one, when we look at this picture right here, we can obviously see this tree trunk with this birdhouse on top. And then we look at the one on Google Map, tree trunk, birdhouse on top. It's the same thing. Next, she's standing in front of this house, 14424. Okay, and we were able to find that on Google on the same street. All I'm going to say is that these things could be kind of in the same vicinity as the house of the driveway that was repaved. So I think it's pretty safe to say that all the residents who don't want Tiffany Henyard in the mayor's seat anymore don't have to feel too threatened about this little campaign photo shoot she did, but they still need to make sure they get out there and vote her out. So don't rest too easy now, okay? Don't rest too easy. The fight's not over. And when I actually looked at this as well, I realized that it's equivalent to somebody saying they have 20 subscribers on YouTube, but in reality, they just made 20 different accounts and subscribed to themselves. Okay? You guys know what I mean, right? So you know it's really coming to an end when she has to resort to tactics like this. And this little stunt brings me back to something I mentioned on one of my previous videos about her playing in people's faces and treating the residents like they're dumb. First of all, if there are people who know exactly where she's taking these pictures at, it would be the residents of Dolton. And if I can figure out from an outsider's perspective where she is, then that tells you how much thought she actually took into making this look legit. I honestly think she's giving up and that she really has nothing else to do right now, so she's just passing time by filing lawsuits and trolling the public. Two of the things that she does best.
What would you say to the people that think that you're only doing this for the votes?
People can allege, assume, whatever they want. I've been doing this since I've been in office. I haven't stopped and I won't stop. I'm going to keep going. That's the difference between me and them. They stop when it's a holiday. I keep going when it's a holiday. I show up when they won't. I am there for residents that don't got family members, that don't have nowhere to go. I am their family. And that's what makes me unique. That's what makes me different. That's what they hate on. My love for people. You can't stop that. You can't change that. And I'll never, ever, ever let them harden my heart because of their hate towards me. Watch me work.
Did you just start doing this now, or when did you start giving food boxes away?
I've been doing this since 2009.
So you guys, this footage is not from 2009. In fact, it's from 2023, about a year after she became the supervisor of Thornton Township. And when we go over to the Thornton Township YouTube channel, we can see the video right here, and it says it's from 2 years ago. So I feel like if she wanted people to believe this statement, she should have at least tried to look for some footage from 2009 of her giving away food boxes. Also, these are two separate videos. One is from 2023 and the other one is from October of last year, but she had someone cut them up, so it appears as though she's doing another food box giveaway. The thing about this is that she's not giving away anything. She's just standing, talking and recording herself in front of the staff who are giving away food boxes that have already been paid for by the taxpayers. Okay, so this is one of her campaign strategies. And it's always been, giving away food, but she would also do gas giveaways. And one of the more notable ones was one that she did in Dolton when she was running for mayor. And it actually made it to the news because the reasonable question came up. Was her giving away all this gas to the residents essentially her buying votes? Okay, let's go ahead and watch.
It is campaign season in South Suburban Dolton, and one mayoral candidate kicked it off by giving away gas for free.
Tiffany Henyard enthusiastically pitched Sunday's free gas giveaway on her Tiffany for Mayor Facebook page Saturday. 24 hours later, the takers showed up in droves.
Residents from throughout Thornton Township showed up in droves.
That gas giveaway took place right here at the Food for Less in Dolton. It was billed as a mayoral campaign kickoff for Dolton trustee Tiffany Henyard. You needed a Dolton ID to get gas.
And whenever you tell me you need something, I show up and I do it by giving gas.
But some campaign legal experts we spoke with say if the giveaway didn't cross the legal line, it definitely stood right on top of it.
Technically, to prove that it's illegal, you would have to prove that her intent was to be exchanging those gas credits for votes.
Thank you guys for coming to the biggest gas giveaway there is.
Henyard has given away gas before in November. So what was trustee Henyard's intent? Less than 3 months before Dolton's election, Henyard's spokesperson says she used her own money. But when asked if Henyard's intent was to exchange gas for votes or if she was aware she may be breaking the law, her spokesperson said she'd get back to me. If there are questions about the legality of that giveaway, it would still be up to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office or to the County Board of Elections to take any action.
Now comes more campaign controversy for Dolton's Tiffany Henyard, who's running for mayor. Now, back in January, she held a gas giveaway, which raised questions about illegal vote buying. The candidate raising eyebrows again by giving away cash prizes at a fundraiser this weekend. Now, here's the ad. It's this Sunday, 5 to 8. Come support Tiffany Henyard for Mayor of Dolton and maybe win one of 3 cash prizes totaling more than $8,000. Well, Henyard's spokesperson in the past has denied allegations of vote buying. Last week, Henyard claimed victory in Dolton's Democratic Party primary. If that win is certified, she would face independent Ronnie Burge in the April 6th election.
So what do you guys think? Do you think her giving away all that gas kind of helped her, with her voting power? In my opinion, of course it did. But go ahead and leave your comment down below on that. So yes, you did have trustee Tiffany Henyard out in the community giving away free gas. But the question that came to my mind was, where was she getting all this funding from? Okay? Because if you guys have been following the story long enough, you can pretty much see that Tiffany Henyard is not good with money, not good with credit, not paying, basic bills like her rent. And even the rent on her business that got dissolved because due to non-payment of rent. Okay. So us knowing all this and her not being good with money, how is she able to do these gas giveaways and food giveaways? Now, in my opinion, she was heavily endorsed by the previous supervisor named Frank Zuccarelli. And in one of her interviews that she did on WVON with a radio host named Cleopatra, she kind of alluded to the fact that she was on what they call the Z team, okay? I guess the Zuccarelli team. And what Tiffany Henyard is saying in this interview is that, she was kind of part of it, but she kept her distance because she don't want to stick with the status quo and, all this other stuff, which I really don't believe. I don't go for that one bit. I feel like she was heavily ingrained into it and she benefited heavily from it, or else she would not be able to do all those food giveaways and gas giveaways that costed a lot of money that, let's face it, she didn't have, not with a failing business, and things like that. She just didn't have money like that just to be given away. I don't believe it. That's just my personal opinion. But let's take a look at the little clip from this interview where she's kind of alluding to the fact that she was part of the Z team, but then she really wasn't. Let's watch.
You think of Zuccarelli, I think of the Z team, right? Now, the boss had the Z team. Were you a part of that apparatus, or did you become ingratiated?
Well,
Did they find you once you got knocked off the ballot?
well, they did, but I never joined per se the Z team. I was a part of it, but from afar. Because I just can't go status quo. I'm my own person. So I've always helped when they call for us to go get signatures, things of that nature. What people don't understand or didn't know about Frank Zuccarelli, he worked through his people. That's how he was able to stay in office for so long. That's the problem I'm having now. No one wants to work together. Everybody wants to be the dictator to Tiffany Henyard. And I'm saying no. I want people to do the same like y'all did with Frank Zuccarelli. We all worked together. When Frank had a judge, attorney that wanted to run for judge, things of that nature, he went to every single town, which is 17 cities he encompassed, and he had those mayors, those elected officials. They went out and got the signatures for his slates. That's how this game worked. He didn't go do it, but he had the resources and the connections to make it work.
Another thing that got me about this interview, you guys, and she doesn't even realize she's saying it, is when she talks about how Frank used to work through his people, how if he wanted something done, he could actually gather enough support and those people will go out, help him get signatures and things of that nature. And then she complains about, oh, no one wants to work with me.
He worked through his people. That's how he was able to stay in office for so long. That's the problem I'm having now. No one wants to work together.
Because of how you treat people, lady. Okay? No one's going to work with you. No one's going to be on your team except for people who are probably going to benefit heavily from you. And yes, of course, that's probably a major thing in politics, and that's just business, period. People are not really going to work with people unless they're receiving something in return. But at the same time, you have to know the basics of leadership. And if you don't know them, learn them. There's plenty of videos you can watch on YouTube, okay? Why she always hating on the content creators. Go watch some good educational videos about leadership, how to be a better person in general, okay? You'll be amazed at the information that you can find on Google and YouTube. It will take you a long way, but I really think Tiffany Henyard is a very damaged person. And she is a hurt person. And what do they say? Hurt people hurt people. And it sounds cliche, but it is the truth. It's the absolute truth. And I am by no means trying to turn her into a victim. That is the last thing I would want to do, because I feel that people who behave in the manner that she does, I feel like they need consequences. Because a lot of times when people act in this manner, people start giving them labels. Oh, they actually might have a mental problem. They might. And then they put them into a category, and then that protects them from accountability. Okay, I am not doing that here. No, I feel like she is fully responsible for her actions and what she has done in Dolton and in Thornton Township. She definitely doesn't need to be reelected because her behavior will only be reinforced. She needs to be booted out and people need to be done with her, because then maybe that might make her reflect on her behavior. I honestly don't think so though, because we've discussed that Tiffany Henyard is a narcissist, and that's just my humble opinion. I am not a professional, okay? Disclaimer there. But I've done quite a bit of research on narcissism due to the word being thrown around so much. And yeah, I believe she is a narcissist. I don't think she's capable of learning the error of her ways. That's just how a narcissist is, okay? They just thrive on just go, me, I. And they never take the time to sit back and reflect on how their actions are affecting others It's just, oh, but I'm doing this, so you should be grateful. Oh, look at me. Oh, love bombing, what she does all the time. Oh, I love you. There's nothing you could do about it. All this fake energy. And when I say fake energy, I'm not talking about physical energy. Yes, she can probably go all day, all night and be out there until 1 o'clock in the morning acting like she's shoveling people's driveways. Okay. The energy I'm talking about is basically the energy of your soul, of your presence, the energy you give off when you're around people. When you come into a room, she doesn't give that type of positive energy because she's always tainting it with the negativity, the stuff that she spews out of her mouth, the rhetoric. When she's talking about the trustees, when she's talking about other people, she's calling people out of their names. This is not positive energy. So while the people around her that, are benefiting from her, the people that are getting free food boxes, they're there to get the free food boxes. They're not there to get a hug from Tiffany Henyard. Okay. As much as she wants to feel like that's the reason why they're there because of the resources, like I've said before, that have been there before she got into office and are still going to be there when she's out of office. So once again, that's where that narcissism comes in. She feels like all these people are there for her. And yes, they're going to be nice to her when they come to get those food boxes because they probably don't want any type of retaliation against them because we know she can be super petty, right? And that's why she's not going to get reelected, because people have seen through the madness finally, and they realize she's never going to show the receipts. And that's where we're headed next, you guys. The non-showing of receipts. So there was a comment made on her Facebook page when she posted this video asking about the receipts.
And you defending that instead of showing your work.
She just doesn't show the receipts, but she's constantly on social media. She's constantly doing these little things saying, oh, y'all just wait, I'm going to show the receipts.
In the end, I will come out smelling like roses.
Roses really smell like boo-boo.
And you will see it for what it is. I have my own evidence of things that people have done or is doing. And when I put it out, you're going to be like, dang, I wish I would have gave that young lady a chance. Man, I wish I would have heard another side or a different perspective.
That's what this is really all about. And that's why I said truth will prevail. Truth Speaks is coming soon. And I will be doing a whole platform literally almost every day, let alone every other day. And this is day 1 of Truth Speaks. This is my intro to Truth Speaks. This is me telling you how we started, what's going on in our community, how we're going to fix it, and what's next for your super mayor.
It's a shame that people can come to meetings and just tell one-sided stories and not get the entire side of both stories. In the next week or two, you will hear myself speak to anything anyone has spoken about me, anything anyone has put out there, because it's facts over fiction for me. So I will state facts, I will show receipts, and I will make sure that our community is back together as one, because there's always one band, one sound.
Guess what? It's about to go down. If you want the truth, tune in, because I got the tea with the receipt. Go tell that. And y'all asked me for the receipt, but I got the receipts right here on ice, like I always do. Y'all asked for it, and I'm about to deliver. I got episode after episode after episode. Just wait your turn. Yeah, your turn coming. Just wait. Y'all doing all that talking. Y'all doing all that lying. And I told y'all, stop lying on me before I start telling the truth on y'all. And that's what this is. Truth Speaks right here. Residents, community, nation, y'all gonna be shocked at the mess that's all around y'all.
Y'all gonna be so shocked when y'all find out all the corruption that's been going on. She's been saying this for the past 3 years. Okay. Just win. My guess is she's planning on showing the pretend receipts when she gets reelected, which won't happen, thank goodness. We don't need to see her receipts because we'll see the receipts when Jason House becomes mayor. I'm not sure who's going to become supervisor, maybe Nate Fields, but anyone. No, I'm not going to say anyone, but definitely not Tiffany Henyard. Well, you guys, we've talked about that enough. I don't think she's going to be reelected. But since we did start this video off talking about Tiffany Henyard out there campaigning, I felt that it was only right that I contributed to her campaign. So I made a little campaign video of my own, and I really hope that her supporters see it and they take it to heart. I hope they watch it with an open mind, so they can just realize the things that Tiffany Henyard promised before she became mayor, all the values she said she had, all the things she stood for. I really hope that they realize if they vote her into office again, they're just going to get another 4 more years of the same rhetoric, non-showing of receipts, someone who is essentially a child running around making adult decisions. But before I get started, you guys, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave it a like, and if you're new here, subscribe. If you want someone who will call you out for receiving basic services paid for by the tax dollars, this is the candidate for you.
All the haters, and I see some of y'all in the line. Let me flip the camera around so you can see them in the line. Whoop, there she go. Look, right there. Whoop, that part. But they'll tell you that. Then they get in a little hate group. But you in my line getting food. Whoop, there she go. Look, right there. Tiffany Henyard. And this is what it looks like when you pull up on your haters. Yeah. Let me show you what I'm about to do. See this? Everyone needs help. Just remember that. Watch how you treat people because you never know when you need the help, okay? But guess what? I am there for all my haters. It doesn't matter because I'm the mayor of all of Dolton. The good, the bad, the ugly, and even the hateful. No problem. I'm like, oh, you call me? Oh, no. So we have... Hey, same to you. We have Valerie Stubbs, look. Yep. And I'm helping her get out of her garage. So she needs help to get out of her alley. See, I'm here to help you no matter what and how you treat me. I'm still here. Front and center. I stopped what I was doing to come and help. So don't forget, I help everyone. It doesn't matter what you do or say about me. I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna show out and I'm gonna make sure you're safe, all right? Safety is my top priority.
If you want someone who will call you out of your name at every chance they get, this is the candidate for you.
Carmen Carlisle and also Carmen Carlisle to investigate Carmen Carlisle. I am seeking the removal of trustee Carmen Carlisle because she's a liar, and I'm also
my name is Carmen Carlisle. Also get it right. The removal of the only person up here lying is you.
All right, first and foremost, let me say that she sounds dumb.
Carlisle. That's why she is. She's a liar.
If you are looking for someone who refuses to take accountability, this is the candidate for you.
But you need to make sure you put that energy towards the right people that's actually doing it. And that is all 3 of them, Stephanie, Chris, and Carmen.
Because that's who wasting your money. That's where the deficit come from, the trustees. I keep saying, don't hate, congratulate. Come join the team, the winning team.
Tiffany Henyard says she is staying put and running for re-election. Henyard says if she wins, she will choose employees much more carefully.
First of all, people terminate themselves. I didn't terminate anyone.
The mayor of Dolton has had nothing to say in person about the investigation into village finances until today.
I understand everybody want me to be the target. I understand everybody want me to be the bad guy for everything that goes on in the village, but that's not the truth.
Henyard says she's being blamed for the actions of others.
You're the boss.
Do everybody know what their employees do? No.
But do you feel responsibility because they were your employees?
I feel responsibility to tell the truth.
If you are looking for someone who exhibits extreme narcissistic and sociopathy traits, this is the candidate for you.
I want you to look at me as strength and say, because she did, I can. As I always say, Martin Luther King had the dream, but guess what? I am the dream.
I know I ain't gonna get my due for it, but I'll take it as flattery, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Next, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. And I tell everybody, I am her. I am Rosa Parks. The difference between back then and now is I'm living the same dream as her. What did she what did she not want to do? Give up her seat, right? She would not give up her seat. What am I doing today? Not giving up my seat. Because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping. They know who Tiffany Henyard is. The world know who I am for that matter. Thank y'all, appreciate it.
Our board has been obsolete
as it relates to unity, and they have divided our community because of their personal hatred towards their mayor, their jealousy towards their mayor. All they had to do is work with me.
Just Doing This is not a professional in political science or psychology and has never claimed to be. All opinions are strictly from someone who cares.